Means you say no. Oh my gosh. This is gonna be something today. Hold on, let me go back and catch up on chat for a second. Can you guys hear me okay? Hi Otto, hi Lise, hi Kevin, hi Amisha, hi guys, hi Bucks of Paint, hi Dominic, hi Soda, hi April, hi Cyan. Hey, it's been a while, Cyan, it's nice to see you. Hi Lena, hi Jellybean, hi YZ. Alright, so audio is gonna be quite special today. Someone is moving in this building. So, like right now. It's gonna be a bit noisy. So yeah, I have two drinks. I have blueberry juice. Like super legit, like actual blueberry juice, which is super dark. And a bit sweet, so that's for the energy boost. No, it is not the moving day, but yeah. Yeah, this is a matcha latte, which is basically just I should have brought my thing I use so it stops sweating, but it's oat milk, ice, cold water, matcha, and I blended it. Oh, jelly bean, that's awesome. Have you tried it? Have you tried the sketchbook? Coconut cream and pineapple makes good ice cream. Yeah, that's pina colada and ice cream right there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop buying that oat milk. It has that that small graininess that really sticks at the back of your throat, if you know what I mean. It's not very pleasant. I feel like I ate pigment or something. Right. I'm not feeling well. Oh, I'm so sorry, Cyan. Yeah, I saw. And you were all hyped about your work trip, and now you're not feeling great, which is like the worst. Wow. Okay. Sorry. I got the Paul Rubens phosphorescent paints in the mail yesterday. Did you get the tubes? Like the Opera series tube thingy. Be right back. Gotta oil my kitchen. Worked up. Ooh. Do you guys get some wind effect from the fan that I have on? Shouldn't, but I mean, I'm gonna ask anyway. Sorry. Oh non, mais Scooty. Allô? Tu veux-tu venir voir les amis? C'est où? C'est où? Ici. Ici, ma fille. Ici, mon bébé. Hop là, Idou. Voilà. Voilà. Voilà, ma fille. Hé, ma minette. Ouais. Tu viens mettre du poil dans mes affaires. Et mon bébé. Allô. Allô, allô. I hear traffic more than anything. Yeah, they haven't really started because I think there's an issue with the building anyway. Yeah, Otto has a a good instinct. It's not a good instinct, but there's a good level of Otto going away when the cats want to be on camera. Ah, tu veux voler ma place? Est-ce qu'on partage? Tu veux-tu derrière moi? She wants my chair. I kinda need my chair today. Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Qu'est-ce que tu fais, le minet? I noticed the Etcher sketchbook I have also has the same splitting issue. I don't know why they would glue the page together rather than sew the whole thing. It's cheaper. It's the pen set with the nice big wells. Ooh! Oh, nice. Hey Val, hi. Is good. C'est bon, t'es installé? Oh, I have to share my chair with her, so my butt is gonna hurt by the end of this stream. If it hurts too much, I will switch chair, but... Nothing better than black cats, just look like black blobs with cat ears. Yeah, I agree. They look like a pool of charcoal dust with big eyes and ears. It's definitely cheaper, but if you're going to charge over $30, yeah, with the price they charge for the Etcher sketchbooks, they should really have better binding. Hey, Nicole, hi! Well, I have to sometimes share. What kind of space is there left for you when you have to share a chair with Ruka? Every minute. Four etcher in progress are done, and my binding hasn't split. I don't remember if mine is not split completely, but there's definitely some pages where you can see between the signatures. I love that we're the kind of people who will just scoot on the chair for our pets and get body pains in return. Yep. Ruka sits on my lap. Oh my gosh. That's not a tiny lap dog. That's a big dog. Dog. Where am I? Okay, that's on camera. Because our pets are wonderful. They are. So this is what I've been trying to figure out, which is negative painting. One of my favorite artists does a lot of negative painting with watercolor, and I just can't wrap my mind around the idea. So I was watching a TV show yesterday, and I scribbled these quickly with color pencils, and I figured that these would be, it's kind of a good way to understand negative painting, because you don't have to wait for the paint to dry. It doesn't layer all that much. Like, these are Prismacolor, so they saturate the paper kind of fast, but it's still good practice. I'm so sad that I need to be a whole week without Ruka. Aww. That's really sad. That's weird to be without pets when you're used to being with them all the time. My new lady banner is black. Oh my gosh! So we have had some misunderstandings at night when I tried to go pee. Oh no! Oh my gosh! Black fuzzy things in the night are really hard to spot, and torties too. Ooh, a black banner. That sounds really pretty. I need to sharpen this. I just want to finish this square, and then I'm gonna start a new one and maybe narrate what I'm doing. So who else? Is there anyone else in chat who is like befuddled by negative painting? Is it just me who's like looks at it and is like, I don't, how do you make it happen? Hey Okuni, hi. Those look like they'd make good washi tape. As a pattern, you mean? Or are you talking about something else? I find it difficult sometimes, but it really depends. I haven't tried much negative painting. It looks like fun. It really looks like fun, but it's mental gymnastics, really. I tried a little negative painting. My mother-in-law gets negative space and she keeps trying to explain it, and I understand, but totally I do not understand. I feel like you have to really plan with negative painting. Yeah, kind of, but at the same time, the artists that I see use this technique a lot, I don't think they plan a lot. Or maybe it's all in their head and they're like gifted in that sense, but so that's why I'm sort of just trying to understand. finish it. Okay. Hey, oh, this is good. Oh my god, il va falloir que je change de chaise. Hein. Hold on, I'll have to switch chair because it's not gonna be possible to. Tu grattes? Non, arrête de gratter. Foop. Okay, different chair. Oops, sorry. Yeah, masking fluid is a good way to deal with negative space too. But then again, for masking fluid, you really have to plan what you're gonna do. You have to have done some technical exercises to be able to spontaneously do negative space. Yeah. I don't know what kind of technical exercises you have in mind, but as a as a very first approach to negative painting, to try to do it spontaneously and good on a painting, that sounds really hard. I may have accidentally ordered the Fraser Price palette about 50. About 15 seconds after telling my hopes what a good job I've done since February on not buying unnecessary art supply. You deserve the reward. My most successful attempts at negative painting was doing a Lily of the Valley. Ooh, those are so cute. I like to paint loosely, so I feel negative painting always look too stiff. Yeah, it's for the more patient painters in a way. I'm really excited to hear what you'll think of the Fraser Price palette box of paint. I regretted it for about 2 seconds. I wonder if because our mind's eyes are blurry, it's hard. Yeah, I think that's part of it, which is why. Hold on, let me find the artist I'm talking about. On va voler ma place, le chat. That's why I like it in a way, because what I feel is working for me in terms of negative painting, kind of improvised, is that it works for me in the sense that you start with one step and then you build on top of that step. So for me, it's easier to compensate for the fact that I don't really visualize all that well. So like I do a first pass and then I can see the first pass, and since I see the first pass because it's a real thing and it's there, I can look at it and think about what the next pass will be, and then when that's done I still have something I can sort of base my skills on when I do the next one, rather than having to imagine the whole thing before getting into it. I don't know if that makes sense. Some of you probably know the artist that I'm gonna be showcasing in a bit. Hold on, I have a couple of art books from them, but they're a bit dated, so I don't know if the actual techniques I'm thinking about are in there. I'm not ready for this one. Maybe this. So pretty. See, that's okay, that's next level and incredibly impressive, but I've seen like the process pictures of some of these images, and it's not exactly planned. It doesn't start as a very detailed sketch. It's more like as if the artist was saying, here there will be flowers, and then they build up the flowers. I don't know if that makes sense. That kitty cover is so cute. This one, it is adorable, isn't it? Which is, it's kind of stupid because it's a Society 6 sketchbook, which no problem with that, but they don't print the artist name on them. So if I wanted to like buy another one, I have no idea who made this. This was a gift, so I'm like, I'll never figure out who did this. No, there is no masking fluid here. This is all like negative painting. Same with these here. See if I can find others. There's a cardinal like hanging out around the trees here today, and I saw him earlier, and he's so pretty. I wonder if I can see him again. Hold on. Ouch. Oh. It's really, really near. So if you can hear whip, 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 that's the cardinal. Are those not opaque paint, no particular planning either. Like, I don't think there are any sketches in this book, but when you see how this artist works in terms of the steps, it's not planned in detail, or if it is, it's planned in their head, which is a really impressive skill. Yeah, that's a bird. That's a cardinal. A male cardinal, if it's the same as earlier. I'm not saying that I could produce something like that by any means, but digitally I could play and erase, but traditional, not a chance. So yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to work on these skills, probably by trying to copy this artist, because that's sort of the only approach I've seen that I can sort of make sense of. And it's not like, I mean, you're gonna maybe see some of that practice in the videos, but it's not something I want to make like I want to share or tout as my own. But it's just like, there are two things that this artist, I mean, everything they do is lovely, it's absolutely gorgeous, but there are two things that I kind of want to work on, and I will try to understand how they work in order to understand how I can make it happen. But it's the negative painting and the pattern painting too. Hold on. Like all this kind of stuff. There was a few good ones, like all this, like how to fill spaces with patterns, but not necessarily have to plan everything, because I don't know, to me I feel like planning everything kind of takes the fun away from it for me. Hey Otto, welcome back. The artist is Koyamori. They also go by Maruti Vitamin on social media. They are easily one of my favorite artists. But yeah, that's why I sort of... Oh, cats, guys! Cats! I mean... Cats! 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 More cats! And there we move on to Oni and Japanese stuff. Ruka also farts a lot, especially when he has stolen something. Worst moments are when you farts in the car. I'm so sorry. Poor Cyan. I'm so glad that cats don't really fart all that much usually. I think dogs are more like serious offenders when it comes to that. So yeah, the artist works sort of collections, like they will go with a color palette and sort of a theme and build up a few illustrations like that. See, that's more negative painting for the hair here. And it's not planned all that much. And that's kind of really the appeal to me. And like this level of pattern. I saw the sort of process pic of a bit off camera, but the process pics of like this one. And the pattern is not drawn on, it's just like the basic shapes. And I feel like either they have an idea in their mind of what pattern they want to make, or they just build it up as they go. Oh yeah, that's a good one. I was fortunate enough to, they are based in Canada, so that's sort of a semi-blessing in a way. There you go, Koyamori. But yeah, it's good because it means that I've seen them in conventions a few times, and I was able to purchase like originals and these zines from them directly. But also like they're in Canada, but all their store and all the shipping fees are sort of pretty much the same as they would be for US. So I want to get more art books from them, but I never can because it's kind of pricey, which sucks. They also sell PDF if that's the kind of thing that you're interested in, like to have these books as PDFs. Maybe not the big one, of course, but to have books as PDF on your iPad or something. I'm running out of space as always. Alright. I have been to a few conventions, local ones mainly. Like we have a Montreal Comic-Con sort of thing, and we have a Montreal, they call it Otakuthon, which is a bit unfortunate as a name, but it's more oriented towards anime. And the Artist Alley at Otakuthon is always a lot of fun. And the Comic-Con is kind of boring a bit. And I've been to Toronto's Comic Arts Festival twice. One as a visitor and one as a exposant? What's the word? Anyway. If you want an activity that will really suck up your energy, going to cons is it. Absolutely. It's so draining. I mean, it's a lot of fun, but wow. I can't make sense of people who finish a day at a convention but are like, hey, let's go party. I'm like, what? No, let's go sleep. Exhibitor, thank you. Yep. Exhibitor, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah, for Toronto's Comic Arts Festival, it was with, first time when I went as a visitor, it was just for fun. And when I went as an exhibitor, it was for The Thief of Tales, yes. But yeah, I can't imagine that much social interactions in one go. It's a lot of fun, mind you. It's really interesting because I feel like everyone that goes there is into comics, especially for like the Toronto one. So you're basically hanging out with a bunch of people who thinks like you do, which is really great. But it's a really demanding thing. And it's no wonder why so many people catch a bug or something after conventions, because you meet up a lot of people, you shake a lot of hands, money changes hands and all that. and you're exhausted. I always was grateful to live only 6 months from Comic-Con, and I just said I have to go home. I'll be back. See you. Yeah, that reminds me when I went to Switzerland. Part of the trip was to go to Saint-Malo in France and go to a comic book convention. And the thing is with Saint-Malo, it's really tiny, and my hotel room was within the same area as where the festival is held. So basically, if I had to pee, rather than wait in line for the bathroom at the venue, I could just walk back to my hotel, like pee, and walk back to the venue, and it would take about the same time. It was pretty amazing, to be honest. And like, if I bought a bunch of books and it was heavy, I could take 5 minutes, go back to the hotel, drop them off, and go back to the convention. Same with Toronto, actually, because the way it's set up, Toronto, it's at a public library, so it's free entry is free. But yeah, if you buy a bunch of books, that becomes heavy quickly. But the thing is, with Toronto, you can rent a room in an hotel that's basically just a corner away. It's a bit more expensive, but it's a really nice hotel. So if you can afford it, you get a room there. So if you buy a bunch of books from someone, or if you need a break to go eat, you can just walk back to the hotel. I've been to Japanese Comic-Cons as a visitor, and that's a lot of fun, but as an exhibitor, oof. Yeah, the thing is with convention, it's really hard to sell oneself. Oh, you gotta sell yourself. How about I don't? Like, look at the thing. Do you like it? Buy it. If you don't, well, thank you for looking and have a nice day. Find something else that you enjoy. Like, alright, so I'm gonna try a bean. Just blobs. And from the way I get it, is like you delimitate a few shapes first that you will paint around with a relatively light wash or a light color. And these are going to be like the lightest shapes in your pattern of negative painting. I'm trying not to layer the pencil too thick here, because if I do, it's going to be hard to layer on top. So I'm using these Prismacolor first because they're soft, and second because they're not exactly light fast, so it's perfectly suited to this kind of sketchbook practice work. With watercolor, I feel like it would be easier to have a nice variegated light wash, because the blending would happen on its own, like you wouldn't have to work at it. I could try and add a bit of a slightly different color. Having a room at or very near the convention sign makes a world of difference, even just as a visitor. I agree. Seriously. I've experienced it as both as an exhibitor and as a visitor. And it makes the experience a lot more enjoyable. You don't have to drag a lot of stuff around. You can quickly take a break if you need it. You can go refuel at the room for like 5 minutes if you need, where it's going to be silent, there's going to be no one. You can go change if you're like too hot or too cold. I think I'd actually maybe like going as an exhibitor because I'd have my own space. Yeah, that's the thing. When I went as an exhibitor, I was with a friend who doesn't really enjoy conventions because they get like they don't like the crowd of people. But working behind a table, first of all, you sort of have a safe space behind your table, and you have a bit more room. And like there's necessarily a table's distance between you and people. So it's kind of a nice way to experience a convention, but not have the full-on drain of it. Also, you can sort of keep an eye out, and if there's a moment when there is less activity, less people, and you want to go check out other tables, other artists, well, you can. And if it's too overwhelming, you can retreat back to the safety of the exhibitor's table. So that's also a thing to consider. Also, I think we can all fairly agree, like, if you suddenly have to go to the bathroom for more serious business, it's such a relief to be able to do so. Walk back to your room and be like, sort of not in a crowded space, in a tiny cubicle, with a bunch of kids around crying, yelling, or just people being loud. I personally hate public restrooms so much. I just hate them. Like, what a stupid idea. Who came up with this god-awful idea of having a communal space to go to the bathroom? Blech. I've never been to anything but an RPG con way back in the 90s, and that was only about 700 people. That's still a lot of people. Oh no, I'm painting negative cheeps. Cheeps? Cheeps. Yes, that's El Chipso. Chips. What flavor would these be? Oh, they would be plain chips. Blech. I'm not a big plain chips person. All I can taste is the grease, which is not fun. The Greeks with their communal baths. And why? Why? I hate them through very little privacy, and they almost they're always disgusting. They're so gnarly. I hate it so much. And they're like, I'm not a teeny tiny person, but I'm not an overly large person either. And I have no idea how like slightly taller or slightly bigger people than me can manage with those cubicles. They're minuscule. Like, you have basically, this is the space occupied by the toilet. The wall is there. Then this is like hugging the sides of the toilet, and you have the dispenser here for the paper, and then you have the door. And the door usually opens inwards often, so you kind of have to go in, squeeze yourself here, but you don't want to touch the toilet bowl because it's disgusting. And then squish the door in you to close it. And then you have to hang your bag on the door if it has a hook, if you're fortunate. Otherwise, what are your options? You're not going to put your bag on the floor. Oh, I'm not even on camera. So toilet, back of the toilet, dispenser for the paper, door that opens inwards, us being like squeezed in the corner here, trying to open and close the door. And then if there's a hook, you can hang your bag. Otherwise, you sort of have to keep it on your lap as you use the bathroom, what you're supposed to do. I'm not gonna drop my purse in whatever freaking liquid is on the bottom on the floor there. You're lucky. No, we're not lucky for a girl. That's a myth. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like, first of all, girls are equally gross. 9 times out of 10, there will be pee all over the freaking bowl. There will be pee on the floor. Like, no. Can someone please explain to me ladies' toilet cubicle with 2 toilets? Is that on club? If it wasn't like markets, not markets, but malls, I would say, well, it's possibly for like mom and kids, maybe. In a club, I have absolutely no idea. Yeah, I'm not gonna be in the same cubicle as you either. In fact, if it's a public restroom, I might just like tell myself that I'll go pee later because, like no, like it's they don't even put the radio on. Like it's just quiet, and it has echo. I've gone into a men's restroom once, and it was so much worse than the women's one. Toilet paper everywhere and floor is wet. Well, you haven't been in the same women's restroom as I have then. Okay, clubs of the bathroom situation, so not everyone uses what. Believe me, not all women can hang either. Oh, I know. I used to work at a place that was sort of a big nondescript building with a lot of spaces for rent in there, like, or rented out, and we would share the floor with some Chinese ladies that would, I don't know what they were working at, but they had their sort of workplace over there, and they would use the same bathroom, but a lot of them, for some weird reason, would use the bathroom like you would use those floor level bathroom, you know, where you squat toilets. So they would stand up on the seat and use the toilet as a squat toilet. So you would have shoe prints on the seat and sort of pee a bit everywhere. And I was just like, but also women's restroom usually stink a lot more because well, I don't know, I'm not gonna get into detail, but sometimes it smells like something died in there. And if you're a woman, you might understand what I mean by that, but yeah, it's not good. It's absolutely not good. Exactly, Otto. Girls are not better off because men's toilets do not have to deal with period products. Exactly. They often don't put garbage bins in the women's stalls. So what are you supposed to do with your non-flushable hygiene products? Seriously. Seriously, public restrooms, they make me so mad that I have a good nose. I can't see, I can't hear well, I can't see at all, but I can smell things, and that's not always a blessing. I Spa used to have to deal with women who shaved their legs in the whirlpool. What the heck? Oh my god, what? Ew. They don't push... No, often they don't put either trash bins, or, you know, sometimes they will have kind of a small bin screwed on the wall. Often they will put the trash bins outside of the cubicles. So what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to, like, go out of the restroom with all your stuff in your hand like that and bin it outside of the cubicle? Like, what's that supposed to be? Or they don't empty? Yeah, seriously. Ugh. In the UK, you can get the key bathroom not accessible by the general public in IBS. Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting. It's like special access restrooms. My Texan friend wears hers on the necklace loud and proud. I do hope that, like, I read IBS and I do hope that people like can, like, there's another thing. If you have special or even any regular toilets, like, accidents can happen, and if you're unfortunate and accidents happen to you in the restroom, even if you want to clean it up, you have nothing to do so. Like, that's another thing that's sort of weird and ill-conceived. You basically just, all you can say is like, oh well, too bad, whoop-de-doo. Anyway, let's talk about something more fun. OT, but has anyone else watched Pretend It's a City on Netflix? I'm really enjoying. What is it about? I rewatched Chernobyl, which is not exactly cheerful. It's hard. It's a really hard series to watch. I find it ironic we're talking about toilets because I recently got a new toilet. Somehow the back bowl cracked. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. Yeah, same. My dreams suck. I've called it the Dream Cinematic Universe, and it's bad. It's not good. I hate it. I guess there's a point in time where sleep stops being really good and really refreshing. And all you can sort of count on is getting a few hours of maybe physical rest and no mental rest at all before having to get on with another day. One volume I had was that Regina Spektor was running for president. That's interesting. It's Martin Scorsese making a series with Fran Lebowitz where she rants about stuff. It's really funny and annoying, and I'll have to check it out. Pretend It's a City. I haven't seen it on Netflix, so... hold on. I had to give my cat a kiss. My girlfriend has horrible nightmares every night. It's awful. She hates sleep. Yeah, I feel sorry for her. I can sort of relate. Like, I wouldn't say I have horrible nightmares, but I have very... how to describe it? It's like very draining dreams all the time. And I always wake up confused, like most of the morning, and like, wait, hold on, okay, I gotta take a chunk of time to figure out what was the dream and what is reality. Is this real, or was that just a dream? Oh, that was just a dream. Okay, what about this thing? Oh, that's real, okay. What about this other idea? Oh, this one is real too? Okay. It's Scout. If anyone has any suggestions for medicine that prevent dreaming, please let me know. Actually, I think that some medication might cause dreams. Yes, some might be side effect of medications. I've sort of always been able to remember my dreams in a way, like not exactly remember them when I wake up, but I feel like I'm aware that a story is being told or being experienced as it happens, and when I wake up I still have that feeling left over. But I don't think they were all that bad before. I think that, like, well, life stuff happening plus meds plus getting older has made the dreams really draining. But I think the meds are really greatly partly responsible here. Sometimes I remember something and I'm like, wait, that didn't happen. I know exactly. Like, I will go through the day and I will have a thought like, oh yeah, that. Wait, no, that wasn't real, I think. And sometimes I have to ask Mr. E. Like, hey, is this a thing? And he's like, nope. Okay. I heard junk food can be prone to... I don't eat a lot of junk food. Well, unless sugar counts as junk food, like perhaps sugar before bed, but even, like, regardless of what I do, the dreams are always weird. I may not see something in my mind's eyes, but my dreams are 4K. Took my hubs a long time to realize that I may be furious about something he didn't do, but still technically... Yep. Oh, Okuni! Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a great weekend. And a great week. Actually, I'd assume her nightmares were a mid side effect, but she had some really bad stuff. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's sort of the next question would be to ask about therapy, maybe. To sort of work those issues out and possibly they might stop recurring in the dreams. Completely unrelated, but I found ice cream in my freezer. What? Did you really forget you had ice cream in there? I had really bad sleep quality on FXR. Really? What's the chemical in FXR? Vegan ice cream? What? Ice cream. Nah, therapy just opens up more weird. Oh no. Crap. That would have been good. I don't know if I've mentioned it. I don't know if I should mention it. Perhaps that's a bit too dark for the stream, but I'll go about it quickly. But there's one thing that always started happening and then has been a constant of my dreams, which is why I call it the dreams cinematic universe, because there's a continuity. Like there's a lore in there, and certain things are always consistent, which I'm like, why am I wasting brain space on this stuff? Good question. But there's one element of the dream CU that it reoccurs all the time, and it's in the dream CU. My mom passed like a year and a half ago or so, and for a couple of days in my dreams, like she would be gone. But then eventually the dream CU decided that no, she had just faked her passing, and she's back now. She's still alive, and it was sort of a prank, but the worst kind of prank. And the dream version of me is really angry at her for having us all go through this grief for nothing. But it doesn't evolve, it's always there, and regularly, like, mom comes back in a dream, and it's always the same sort of situation of me being annoyed, because I'm like, why did you pretend? Why did you make believe this? That's not funny, it's not a good... Why? And I know that therapy could probably, like, find a million meaning to that, but it's just so weird and fucked up. And yeah, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, wait, hold on, what's the reality of all this, actually? Oh, I'm so sorry, Nicole. Oh, no. Oh, that's the same kind of thing I'm describing, though. Oh my gosh. Like that, yeah, that's messed up. I'm so sorry, that sounds really difficult. Yeah, that's gotta be really weird when you wake up too. Like you wake up and you're like, wait. Like all this stress left over of the dream situation. Do you ever find it hard to remember if a memory is from a dream? Oh, all the time. all the time. It's got to be a conscious effort to figure out if, like, okay, this thing that I remember, when did it happen? How did it happen? What was the whole setup of it? Was it a dream or was it a real thing? Like, if it was only once or twice, but the fact that it's a recurring thing, so that's like extra weird. And extra confusing too. Like, blah. Our own minds can really be our worst enemies sometimes. Yeah, often. Like, why is self-sabotage a thing? Can we just not? Sigh. So what did you guys eat this week that was particularly awesome? Let's go back to our good old regular topics. I had carrot cake. Ooh, Wait. Carrot cake. 2 questions. With or without raisins? And what kind of icing on it? Ooh, we have been making dehydrated fruit and beef jerky. Ooh. Ooh. Dehydrated fruits are really good. Like, there's always a couple of fruits that you try dehydrating and you're like, huh, that's unexpected. Prickly pear Turkish delight. Oh wow, that's fancy. Finally back to being able to cook meals from scratch. So, oh my, lots of veggies. Oh, falafel and salad. Ooh, yum. Fresh falafel are so good. I've been eating a ton of cold rice noodle salad variations. Oh, yeah. Coconut ice cream. My son made me fillet with garlic butter on grill. Wow. No raisins, cream cheese frosting with a little carrot decoration. Okay. If he's going to judge you based on how you have your carrot cake, I will. Okay? I can. Well, I'm not gonna judge the person per se as judge the cake, because ultimately, like, I mean, you like what you like, but the cake can be a serious offender here. Like, raisin-free cake, that's 1 point, but cream cheese frosting, that's -1 point. So that's basically moot. I found reasonably priced ice cream, the ones on a stick, organic with mango and coconut. Oh my gosh. That sounds amazing. I put dried fruit into protein muffins. Did you try drying like stuff like strawberries? It's weird, but they're so good. They're so delicious. I also just ate a ready-made shrimp noodle salad that I really love and buy often. Is it fresh shrimp? Or is it shrimp noodle, like shrimp flavored noodle? Oh, I've also discovered pan-fried gnocchi. Gnocchi? Gnocchi. It's so good. I've only ever had it boiled before. I think you kind of have to boil it first and then pan-fry it, right? I think, maybe, not sure. Don't deep fry gnocchi though. they explode. I want more chickpeas in my life right now, but I refuse to cook anything more than boiling a kettle. What about canned chickpeas then? My blueberry bush is so full. Oh my gosh, fresh blueberry? Oh, the dream. Parsley or no? They always put parsley in the falafel though, no? Like, those things are green. Dried strawberries are really good, and it's kind of really hard to find ones that are not loaded with sugar. Like, I don't want extra sugared strawberries. I just want, like, strawberries that have been dried so they have a shelf life of more than 12 hours, please. Yep, just did a batch of strawberries, bananas, and blueberries. Ooh, that's great. Bananas are really weird to dehydrate though. They get so, like, sticky and odd. Fresh shrimps, oh, that's better. We've also discovered the magic of cooking bacon in the air fryer. Dang. Oh, fry in the oven. Ooh. Is gnocchi the same type of dough as pierogies? Nope, I don't think so. Pierogies has... the dough for pierogies is basically eggs, flour, and water, I think, with salt. Gnocchi is pasta dough, but you also have potatoes in there. Like, there's potato puree in the dough for the gnocchi. That's why we started drying our own fruits. Too much added sugar in store-bought. Yeah. Hey, Paulo! Has anyone tried freeze-dried strawberries? Yeah, that's so good. Basically, any kind of preparation for fruit is yummy. Bananas, because I freeze my waffles to get a bit soft when thawed and toasted. Oh, okay, cool. I just remember trying to like remove the dried. First of all, the bananas took forever to dry when I tried it a long time ago, and then they were really like stuck on the mats for the dehydrator. Hey, thank you so much for being here, Jellybean. Have a great weekend. What's the weirdest combination of food that's actually amazing? Ooh. Paulo is right on time. We're talking about food. Mine is strawberries and freshly ground black pepper. Oh no, I think this is gonna be a conversation that breaks my brain. A topic that is gonna ruin my mind. Also, since Paulo is here, oh my god, that Dune trailer! Ah, it's so good! I just can't wait. I'm so hyped now. I had no sort of emotions related to the new Dune movie other than like, I'm curious to see what it's gonna be about. But now I'm like hyped. I can't wait to see it. Oh, it looks so pretty, and it's like it's good so far in the freaking content you see in the trailer, and I'm like, I can't wait. I just can't wait. Oh, I do. So I make this one salad, and the dressing sauce is amazing with pasta or potato, and I love the combo, but my partner finds it weird. What is it? What is it? What is it? Balsamic on strawberries is one that makes my brain gag and my mouth go yummy. But oh, you just started listening to the Dune audiobook. Oh my god! Ah! I wish I could do audiobooks. I have all the freaking Dune Frank Herbert audiobooks, but I'm terrible with them. It's so hard to focus. I think I'm more of a visual person, so listening to audiobooks is really hard. I lose track all the time. It's a good thing I've read them, but oh my gosh, it's so hard to follow. Nicole, also a Dune fan, yay! It looks so good. It looks amazing. Like everyone looks great in it. I can't. I'm boiling inside. Die-hard fan of lingonberry jam with meatballs. Well, it's a bit like when people eat Thanksgivings with cranberries, like the cranberry jam thingy. My dad's coworker used to wrap mini hot dogs in bacon and cook them for hours with grape jelly in a slow cooker, and it was magnificent. And so bad for you. That's such a peculiar combo. Okay, hear me out. Pasta with oyster sauce. Not tomato or cream. It's actually really good. What kind of pasta though? I love the bath scene. Wait, which one was that? I'll have to watch it again. Oh no! Which are you more excited about, Dune or second season of The Witcher? Dune, all the way. I mean, I'm excited for The Witcher, but Dune, like I'm like, if I think about it, my brain wants to jump out of my head and dance. I don't know what's up with it, but I can't wait. Any type of pasta. It's like a fusion between Asian and Western food. I'm asking because there's a lot of recipes over here that you will have like an Asian style saute, and it's gonna be like regular spaghetti in there. My brain is exploding also from all the mixes and food in the chat. I'm like, what? Oh, but I mean, the trailer is so good. The writing looks great. There's a couple of jokes in there that work really well. And like, every time I would see an actor on screen, I would be like, oh my god, they fit so well for the role. This is gonna be so... So I am excited to see who will play Fade Rota. Ah! If you want to start a food fight, call Savory Crabs French burrito. I mean, they kind of are, right? Oh, I can't wait. Part of me is disappointed that Denis Villeneuve is so... I think he's really not... He doesn't want Dune to be released as a streaming movie. He wants it to be released in theaters. And I'm just like, no. Streaming is so much more enjoyable than having to go to the theater other side of town and commute and sit in a room with a bunch of losers like me. So I grew up in the boarding house since I was 10. Obviously food is awful. Aw. So I used to cook spaghetti in a kettle. Sprinkle of stock powder, Maggi sauce, black pepper. That sounds really yummy. That sounds like it hits the carbs with the pasta, and then you have the salt with the Maggi sauce. And Maggi sauce is basically a different kind of stock, right? But it's also a bit sweet, I think. So you have salt, sweet, and the pepper. It sounds really good, actually. The CGI is perfect too because it's so good, it's not distracting and actually looks real. It does. I really wonder how much of it is actually CGI. Like certain things are obviously CGI, but I wonder if there's a couple of practical effects in there. .1% nutrition. I think I'm a sweet breakfast kind of person. Is Maggie like Bragaminos? Yeah. It would be like, you know, when you have the Nor bouillon in liquid. Like you can get bouillon cube, but you can also get like the same kind of concentrated, but as a sort of liquid. It's concentrated flavoring, basically. We're getting 2 Dunes films. Oh yeah, that's true. He's gonna split it in 2. Ah, the wait is gonna be so impossible between both. Even if I know what happens. I know what I'm doing later on. I'm gonna rewatch the Dune trailer a billion times. Ah, it's good. I don't think Maggi is sweet. It's like Asian Worcestershire sauce. But it's not sweet, like overly sweet. But I feel like all these kind of things, even like fake bouillon, it has a small amount of sugar in there. Like really minor. But it's never entirely like 100% savory. It's possibly like 80-90% salty, and then you have that 10-20%, like that little touch of sweet that makes it extra appealing. Might be wrong though. I might misremember. I think over here we have Beauvril, which is the same kind of idea, I think. Oh man, thinking of well, if I could remember his name, that would help. What's his name? The dude who played Duncan's Idaho in the new movie. Dang it, brain! Oh, he's gonna be such a badass. Also, gotta remember that with Dune, they at least put the the concept bar, like it's simpler because most of it happens on Arrakis, which is a desert planet, and CGI for a bunch of dunes and sand and low visibility is usually easier to handle than if you have a really lush forest and water and stone and a bunch of texture to render. Oh, thank you so much for being here, Nicole. I hope you have a great weekend. I'm gonna be so proud if the new Dunes movie are good. Because first of all, you Dune, and then the director is a French-Canadian guy. Ellen! Hey! Hello! It's nice to see you. Someone outside is listening to music. Hey, Jill! Hi! Oh, I think I really bumped my head in the camera earlier. I just drew a thing during stream. Hey, awesome! Let's try a bit with paint. Hey, good night, Cyan. Best of luck with all the health stuff. I really hope you feel better soon. Thinking about how Bessus looks like a villain. He does. All the way down to the way the spaceship looked. The shuttle thingy. Did you guys see this photo that went around on Twitter of Elon Musk and Ben Shapiro as a younger dudes, like as sort of young adults slash teenagers? It cracked me up so much. They both reminded me of the people I used to see at the LARPing place when I was like much younger, and it just cracked me up. Like Ben Shapiro has full-on 90s kid regalia of the katana, katana, and like the black pants, black shirt, leather jacket, glasses. Both look so stupid. Yes, I did. I laughed my ass off for the longest time. I know! That photo is my iPad background. Are you for real, Kevin? Will there be a negative kitty painting today? Oh, that's next level though. I could maybe draw like kitty head shapes for this second like test square. Ben Shapiro is the worst kind of evil. He's one of the worst kind of evil. Sadly, we have more than one. It's so ridiculous. I swear that dude is a joke. But like I said, it's also very dangerous. It's not because he's a joke. Like, people tend to underestimate him, and that's actually the real mistake. This does reminds me of her little peach. Yeah, but Sean, yeah, she kind of uses it. It's sort of negative art, painting, drawing style, but she doesn't layer it all that much, though. I really love her heart too. I can't take him serious after his tweets about, yeah. If she uses acrylic ink for the first layer and watercolor on top. Sean? No, wait, I've seen Sean use either just watercolor or just acrylic ink. I haven't seen her mix the two of them. And sometimes also she will put a layer down, like a wash, a variegated wash, and she will draw over it with pencil. I had done like Sean semi-studies in this book somewhere. Here, please. Like, this is the wash and then drawing on top, and this one is same thing, wash, but painting shapes on top. The acrylic inks, as far as I remember, I've started noticing them in her videos like recently. I don't know why, but my brain really bugs when I hear about putting a layer of acrylic ink first and then watercolor on top. Because sort of my default thinking is that it's not gonna work. The watercolor is not gonna grab the paper. But I would maybe have to try that out to see exactly what happens. One of her Instagram posts, she has acrylic ink at the bottom, then the watercolor, then colored pencil. Really? Oh, that's interesting. I'll have to either look for the post and or try it out. Do I have acrylic ink still? I don't think I have any acrylic ink at the moment. I think I gave them all away. I wish they would make like even smaller acrylic ink bottles. Wiley Becker does amazing stuff with negative painting as part of her art too. Yeah. I still can't believe how thick you can get Arch's watercolor paper to be. Yeah, Sean has a YouTube channel named Furry Little Peach, and that's also the handle of her Instagram account. I think the cardinal is back. Oh, thank you so much, Ellen. Like these sort of tests or something else. I'm really just trying to figure this out. I hope it's not too boring. I think that doing the exercises with the pencils that I did like yesterday and earlier, as it has really helped me understand how to do these better. And now it's only a matter of practice, I guess, to do like many of these so that it's easier to do it each time. Hey, Ginger! I have another food related question for you guys. What is your favorite snack? Brioche. Oh, you're taking out the big guns. Radishes with salt. Ooh. Rolled out an apple with peanut butter. I miss good apples. I went to a friend's yesterday and it was a slight scramble, but I made her palette and kit with mostly slices of watercolor stick. Oh, that's a great idea. If it's savory, I'm probably up for it, but gosh, I love popcorn. Do you have your own popcorn machine? Or do you buy it pre-popped? Recently I really like ready salted crisps. What is that? Oh, was it really salted? Now I have Tim Minchin's Only Ginger stuck in my head. Cherries today. Toast and peanut butter? Yeah, that I can I-5 you on that one. Back with kettle pasta, though cooked in saucepan, not kettle. Ooh, yummy! What is chakri? Box of paint. We have an air popper. But I like this stuff in the bag. Smart Food white cheddar. Oh man. They have a couple of pre-popped popcorns that are dairy free, and I think one of them that it's not is it or is it? No, it's not dairy free, but it has butter in it, so no protein, so that I can eat it. And it's the GH Cretter's caramel caramel popcorn. It is so out of this world good. It is so yummy. I'm getting hungry. The thing we have for snacking at the moment is blueberry tortilla chips, which sounds weird, but it's actually really good. Like whenever we get into blueberry season over here, there's a local company that does those blueberry tortilla chips, and they're really quite good. Oh, that stuff is good. I love the Chicago. I wish I could try the Chicago mix. I can't because it has like the cheddar popcorn in there, and I weep because I can easily find the Chicago mix, but I struggle to find the plain old just caramel ones. And I cry and I cry and I cry. It's one of those foods that the more you eat, the hotter they get. Oh no. That sounds dangerous. Salut ma sweetie, qu'est-ce que tu fais? Does anyone else have a Google Home? Mine keeps randomly saying, "What do you need?" or attempting to call people I don't ask it to. Ooh. Hey Joan, hi! I feel for you. If I run across the caramel stuff, I will send you some. I hope, but there's one place when I can occasionally find it, and we're due to get to that specific store for garbage bags soon-ish. So I think if they have it, I'm gonna like buy a bunch of bags and then eat them all in like a week. Is anyone in here capable of like buying a bunch of stuff and spreading it out like over weeks? Oh, awesome, Ellen. Yay. Oh no, mint chocolate frappe. Oh, that's definitely not for me. It has too many things in there that I don't like together. But what is it, box of paint? Is it like a snack? Is it like a chips or crisps? My granddaughter made me fresh popcorn, then mixed them in with marshmallows, like you would for Rice Krispie Square, and made them into balls. Oh no! Oh, Rice Krispie Squares are so good. That's also dangerous. Nope, I'm a 0 or 100% kind of person in all aspects of life. Okay, high five. Me too. It's like, oh, I will buy a few and it's gonna last me a while, and nope. Unless it's something really boring, like soap. That's usually fine, but if it's edible and I like it. Update, I just made my drawing worse with color. Oh no! Maybe if I'm buying boxed or canned goods. Really? Heck no, I am a buy it all and it naggles at my brain until I eat it all. It's a feast or famine. Oh, high five. Me too. I can't put the spacing out. I'm been here. Oh, we're all in the same situation, which admittedly is not ideal, but at least we can all commiserate together. I haven't got McDonald's food in ages, but I like their drinks. It's just not suitable to a dairy-free existence. Can't space out. We always buy fresh for a week and restrict all the sweets so they last. But yeah, that's the thing. You're capable of restricting the sweets. I'm not. It's made of a few flowers, sesame seeds, and chilies. And looks like thin pasta tubes, super crunchy. Ooh, that sounds great. We generally call that a creature of passion, regardless of circumstances. Thin, crisp bread flavored with rosemary and sea salt. That sounds delicious. Try dipping each bite in plain yogurt. It would probably be good with hummus too, right? Like if you have a plain hummus or a slightly flavored one that matches the rosemary. Francesca just came downstairs. Hello, Bun! Hello, little Bun! Oh, I'm eager to see her whenever you feel ready to share her to us. Dangerous is making peanut butter Rice Krispie treats, then melting chocolate and butter. That hurts. That hurts a lot. I haven't had freaking Rice Krispie squares in ages. I literally just swore out loud. That sounds freaking amazing. Yeah, you swore and my brain just froze on that picture in my head, like of trying to make it happen. Like, would that taste good? F yeah, it would. I have no self-control with the Rice Krispie squares, and I'm a huge fan of roasting marshmallow. Oh man, I get it. I can do that easily. I don't like food. Really? That's more uncommon. Do you guys roast marshmallow on candles sometimes? Does that work? Just curious. Are Rice Krispies made from rice? Yep. They are puffed rice. I'm firmly in the peanut butter Rice Krispie team. Don't get the marshmallow. Well, I thought. Wait, I thought it was marshmallow and peanut butter. Wait, what is this? What is this new thing that I don't know what it is, but that sounds good. Candles for marshmallow will 100% work. Oh no. The thing is, sorry, marshmallow bags are always so big. Perhaps I need to like think ahead and prepare for a bunch of Rice Krispie squares, and if I have leftover marshmallows, to like burn them up on the candle. Currently, I'm a lot into coconut ice cream and chocolate cookies with tea. Not all together. No? Really? I love coconut, but it really depends on the presentation. For certain things, I really sort of have a low tolerance for the coconut taste, but for other things, I'm fine. Go figure. Ugh, that packed a punch. Ugh. Guacamole, hummus, anything savory would be good. That's how you write guacamole, by the way. Guacamole. I think, maybe. It's funny, we were talking about guacamole the other day, me and Mr. E, because fortunately, me and Mr. E, we sort of have similar tastes for a bunch of things food-wise. Like, both of us cannot do raw tomatoes, and also not big fans of raw onions. So we were talking about guacamole, because often guacamole has, people tend to do it with chopped up tomatoes, chopped up onions, the avocado, garlic, seasonings, and like, I'm sure it's good, it's just not my type. And if I were to offer my type of guacamole, nobody would like it. But Mr. E, so I'm kind of thankful at times that at least we don't fight over that kind of stuff. But what I personally, what I like to do is just, I will mush the avocado and add lime juice, salt and pepper, and perhaps a bit of hot pepper flakes, and that's it. Keeping it simple. Sorry. Oh, that reminds me, I saw recently that the UK has banana Nesquik. And that it tastes just like that delicious fake banana taste. And I was like, wait, what? I shared a pic of Francesca in the Discord if you want to see her. She's already bonded with Louis. Really? Congratulations! That's so cool. I'm so happy for you. Yay! I don't want to see her. I'd be done with that. I hate raw onions. Oh! Yeah, raw onions. I never really understood raw onions. To me, I feel like they are overwhelming. And yeah, the breath. I mean, if you want to kill someone. You want me to send you some? Maybe if it's possible, but otherwise, I mean, I'm just gonna grab some eventually when I go visit you, I guess. What fairy dust? You don't like candy banana taste? And like, I was looking at it and I was like, the banana Nesquik doesn't have any dairy in it either. Like, I could mix it into plain vegetable beverages, like fake milks, and have like banana, and just blew my brain. Avocado and potatoes were made for Sault. Avocado are really good with salt and pepper. feel like. Really? I like raw onions as they're fresh and spicy and I taste the stuff, but I don't like cooked onions. Huh. I kind of prefer cooked onions, but even then, like it's a balanced strike to have just the right level so it's not overpowering. Caramelized onions are A+ though. Oh my gosh, she's so sweet! 5-month-old mini Rex mix. Just 5 months? She's such a tiny baby. Oh my gosh, Otto, you're too sweet. Oh, I hope you get your package soon. I put the ketchup flavored Doritos in there. I hope they travel well. Yeah, the thing with onions is that we don't really like them raw, and Mr. E doesn't really like the texture of them. Like, I can do onion rings. Or that Indian thing. The bhaji. The bhajis were super good, by the way. Oh, she's so pretty. Lee, seriously. She's very photogenic. Wait, you sent me another one, Otto? Wait, what? I got the one you sent me with the postcards. Like, I put them on my wall next to my computer, and I have the really cute like thingy here. It's so sweet. Like, how freaking cute are these guys? Like, the kittens, they kill me. They're like tiny pecos. I have that right here to cheer me up. Did anyone try the ketchup flavored Cheetos? I want to try them, but they have like cheese in them. But they're shaped like maple leaves with a hole in them. It's really silly. Yeah, another one. Yeah, I tend to forget too, but I know the one I sent it last week. It has all the leftover Daniel Smith paints in there and a small bag of Doritos. I really wanted to try. I miss the cheese puffs texture thing, like that's overly greasy puffy corn stuff. I really miss it, but it's really hard to find that without any kind of dairy in there. Well, I'll let you know whenever it arrives, Otto. Yes, I have a couple of bags. The keyword is had. Oh, they were good. I'm glad. I mean, I've evolved to a level where I can live vicariously through people enjoying dairy stuff. So like, they look fun, and if you tell me they were good, like, I'm happy. It makes me happy. Same with ice cream. Whenever I see like something fancy in Häagen-Dazs and someone tells me, oh, it's so good, I'm like, yes, success. Oh no, it's a big one too. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. I'm so glad you were willing to take on my Daniel Smith paints. It's a big weight off my shoulders, and I feel like they will get good use. Even if Mr. Daniel Smith is a bit of drama, like the paints are good. It's not their fault that their CEO is a bit weird. Hazelnut or coconut ice cream, vegan and so yummy. Ah, ice cream. I missed soft serve though. Well, anyone would have taken. Yeah, but at least like I know that Otto will have uses for them. It will help. Like like with all the content on her channel, it's sort of a good way to contribute to. They did respond to the Jackson's comment. Like, oddly enough, there's a bunch of comments on that blog post on Jackson's that have been replied to, but not everyone can see them. I'm unable to see them like completely. I tried everything. I tried different browsers, like I tried on my phone, I tried on my computer, I tried all the browsers I have, like even the ones I don't use like Edge, and I cannot see more than 2 comments and 2 replies on there. But other people I've seen up to 13 comments. You have so many packages to send out, Otto, with all the Patreon stuff. I think this is a really like Zen thing to do. Like trying to do negative painting. I had the same problem with the comments. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, this month's 197 packages. What? I will eventually do a swatch. All DS colors. That would be really cool. It would be really interesting because on one hand it would showcase the range that is pretty epic, but also it's a good way to see exactly which colors are more special than others, because they have some really interesting colors in there, but they have so many colors that it's kind of easy to lose sight of the really unique ones. No, I didn't see that, I think, Paulo. So I thought there was going to be a move, but I think since there is a structural issue with getting things in the building using the door that's on the building, it looks like it's not happening. We appreciate that some readers' customers feel this response from Dan's. Oh, you appreciate that? Oh, good. No, I think I'm good at staying still. Sorry. I'm really thankful that these streams are chill because I zone out, I stop moving, I stop painting, I ramble. Consequently, we'll be asking if they can amend their color charts in order to provide further pigment and light fastness information. I will also ask the company to read this blog post and... Oh, really? Really? Okay, 2 options. Either they will really do that, which is cool, and I suspect that Dana Smith will not, like, do anything. but Jackson's can ask them maybe, and either that or B, it's just like they're just saying that so that we shut up about this. I mean, it would surprise me because I don't feel like Jacksons are that dismissive, but that's very true. Otto says, to be fair though, the author of that blog post handled the comments with more grace and respect than Daniel Smith ever did. Also, plus points for saying essentially, let us double check with the people for you. Yeah. And since they are a big, like they're big, Jackson's is not a teeny tiny store. So perhaps they will have a bit more weight if they ask Daniel Smith for more information than you or me. Which, I mean, it shouldn't. If Daniel Smith is so much about giving their customers choices and options and giving them what they want, technically, they maybe should listen a bit more. The blog post itself was relatively pointless because there was absolutely nothing new in there. Like, the statement about the Primatech was copy-pasted from the one that was released months ago. And the other reply was not exactly helpful either. With the Xenon... what was it? Yeah, it's always called, like, in the live streams, it's always called a photospectrophotometer. Photospectrophotometer. Like, 2 photo in there. Which it doesn't need, but it just makes me laugh so much. It's like, dude. Bless her little Louise. I hope they appreciate her when they get back. Don't get your hopes up too much, because I don't feel like it would be compatible with the type of people we were referring to, but yes, it would be great. Also, grass. Well, see, that's I said grass, I mean gas. That's something that I can't really comment on personally because I don't really know what gas chromatography is about. I would research it before making any kind of statement on it, of course, but just like that, like I can't tell from first impression if that makes sense or not. I know that you guys say it can't happen, but I don't know why. Yes, Otto says, okay, but funny thing happened. So I'm not gonna name the person's name, but I was watching a film, again, not gonna say which film, and here was the actual lines. Female character, her, my name is so-and-so, which is the retracted name. The dude says, asshole? So he basically misunderstood the name of the person, the woman, to be like asshole. And well, for context, why it's hilarious, it's because the name that gets misunderstood as asshole is the name of the female human who used to own Ding. So it's like even in fiction. Okay, so as far as I know, gas chromatography analyzes a gas. The temperature required to turn minerals into gases would completely melt the actual instrument. That's so stupid. I mean, like I said, I just watched Chernobyl, so I'm like, I see stuff like that, and all I can think of is, yeah, they would say that, would they? Oh my gosh. Like anything to keep a good image, but what most people don't realize is that when you say anything and everything to keep a good image, it usually catches up with you and you lose your image completely. Whereas if you are honest and say the truth rather than lie to preserve your image, you will recover from it much quickly and your image will get better more quickly too. Hey Salome, hi! I don't know how to take any light fastness stuff seriously anymore. Yeah, that too. Like, you have to go to sites like Sun and Color or Kim Crick's website. Like, people who put swatches in windows and then scan them and share them with us so that we can see how it was affected. I mean, anyone who tells me that Aurelian is safe for 100 years, I mean, I know what they mean, but at the same time, use your eyes, gosh darn it. I lost it when we were watching Graham Norton when Our Souls at Night came out, and we lost it when he said, wait, what? Oh, it took me a moment. Morsel at Night, yeah. It took me a moment, but I got there. That's how I know if someone hasn't tested their own paint when they say PY40 is light fast. It really, like, it killed me inside when, like, back when the Daniel Smith live streams used to be not this what they are now. Now I think they're more like a Zoom session where sort of anyone can join the session and chime in with questions. So instead of having to deal with just one terrible mic and like one terrible audio and video, you have to deal with everyone's terrible audio and video, and it's just too much. But yeah, that's like, before that, at some point people were asking about like Aurelian, and John Cogley went and got all the swatches they have of Aurelian. You know, they swatch them on relatively big sheets. It's like a big swatch, flat wash at the top, and then stripes. And I was like, that's super cool to see, but I was like, they keep those like in the dark in a closet somewhere. So I'm like, well, it's interesting to see just how the hue changes or not depending on the batch of pigments, but in terms of light fastness, that doesn't mean anything. Like, if you don't expose your color to sunlight, how do we know if it's gonna fade or not, or change or not? It's just stupid. Yeah, PY40 degrades anyway. So in that sense, the fact that those hidden in the dark swatches were consistent means that, well, if you never expose your PY40 from Daniel Smith, you might be okay, but I was trying to ask him, like, what about just grabbing, like, making one of these with the current stock of Aurelian and not necessarily sticking it into a window, but just have it on the wall as you would a painting, like in your office on any freaking wall, and just leave it there, or like cut it in half and have one half in the storage and the other half on the wall, just so that like in a year you can take the one off the wall and compare to the one that was in storage. That would be interesting. It might stay the same color, like maybe their Aurelian is magic or something, but it's useless to use those hidden swatches as any kind of light fastness indication because it's never seen the light. So yeah, Schminke shows how they test them, but Kimberly Crick was saying how it's not necessarily even then the most useful test because they don't seem to test diluted watercolors, and apparently sometimes when you dilute a watercolor, the loss of light fastness will be much more noticeable in the diluted than in the mass tone. I think Core does that. Core has a diluted and mass tone and a, like, they have various kind of mix or degrees that they try for light fastness. Also, Core does their thing that's really cool. I don't know if they do this for watercolor, but for acrylics, they paint the swatches and the swatches are sent somewhere in the south of the US, I think. And they basically put the swatches like outdoors. They attach them to a kind of wall that's just outdoor, and that's it. And you can see like how the wind affect them, like they get scratches or stuff. It's really interesting. I can't speak for everyone else, but it was a lot of fun when you did the chasing color test, and it was exciting. Wait, which test? No, everyone is not freaking magic. They turn. Actually tested. Yeah, that's the thing. Like what? Like when you show them, like, look, this is your Aurelian after 2 months in the window. And they find a way to not address it, and it's just mind-boggling. Core mentions light fastness testing on their blog. Yeah, they have a full post about it that is super interesting. Like, to be honest, of all the brands, I think Golden or Core has the most interesting content they put out, at least to my taste. They have a lot of like machines swirling paint around and people doing the you know, I don't know what it's called, but it's a really interesting test where they have like this piece of surface, and they have like a block of metal, and they put like 2 blobs of paints, and then they slide the metal down to have a really nice even, I think it's called a lay down actually, but it's super nice, it's super even, it's gorgeous, and I'm always like, I want your job. Like, that looks amazing. And like they have big vats of paints and mixing stuff and painting swatches, and I'm always like, this is artist porn, seriously. oh yeah. Yeah, the chasing color, I remember what it was. Like the fact that he was saying how it was the PBK11 that was special when you put the yellow to it, but it was actually the yellow that was special. But that was still interesting. Core also does that on the roof of their office. Yes. Hey, Tsukaboo, hi. I've been talking to people at Core and they are such good people in terms of ethics. I agree. Good customer service, good ethics. Come on, people, don't you know we're supposed to hang all our art inside our refrigerator and dishwasher in your closet? Oh wow, Core said they were upfront and firm that they will only send me paints if I do absolutely honest reviews. Oh my gosh. That's an easy yes. Like, yeah, sure, of course, no problem. They also send me loads of email addresses of people I can speak to if I have various technical issues. Wow. It seems to be some companies though when they say out of direct sunlight, yeah. Also inside the linen closet and the storage under the stairs. Yeah, Cora, like the thing you shared, Paulo, the blog post about light fastness is super interesting. And they don't hide behind like, oh yeah, but our technician here says that it's all good, so it's gotta be all good. And also, like, Core had a blog post recently on their Just Paint website that was about like how to stretch paints, like how to use golden products on a budget. And it's not like the golden products are like, they're professional supplies, of course, but they're not like absurdly expensive, at least in North America, because they don't have to import them overseas. But still, they had a bunch of recommendations of way you could like stretch out your paints so that it becomes more affordable for you. Like, it's not even about like, oh, sink more money into our stuff. It's like, oh, here are ways that you can save money and still use our products, because we think our products are good, but we understand that it can get expensive. So we thought about ways that you can still use them but not have to spend as much money. Like, come on, can I hug them? Like, if I had one of those Core hoodies that they had for giveaway a couple of months back, I would wear it with pride. I wouldn't be like shy or be like, oh, what's that you're wearing? Oh, that's a kick-ass paint company. Yeah, I stand behind it. So far. Oh, let's hope they don't like do something stupid at some point. He says, if you don't have an actual black hole to store your art in, what are you even doing? Yeah, I like her. I don't mind that they're a bit pricier. They're legit. Same. I agree. They're nice paints too. Like let's be real here. There's no way that buying professional watercolor is a cheap endeavor. And I understand people will say, well, Core is out of my budget. I'm like, fair. But if you can budget for a tube of Core here and there, the colors are nice. Like the dioxazine violet is so deep. It's so like dark, and you can get such a range from it. Also, can we take a moment to, again, like we talked about this on the Discord, but I want to mention it here. When we were talking about it yesterday, I went and I dug up some old receipts from 2016 when one of the first orders I put in for Daniel Smith paints to get delivered home instead of going to buy it in store. And back then, Series 1 was 12 Canadian dollars. I checked yesterday and Series 1 is now 17 Canadian dollars. In, what, 5 years? A 50% or so increase in 5 years. Like, talk about getting big for their britches. Like, are you really telling me that titanium white is $17 for 15 ml? Like, really? No freaking way. We all need our mini Mary Poppins storage unit. We need a bag of holding for art. Bag of holding is an item in Dungeons and Dragons that's basically a bag, but it has a pocket dimension in it or something, and basically you can store a lot more stuff in it than it looks like. Like, it's a small bag and you can put swords in there and shield and extra pieces of equipment and all that. If it's Baumgartner Restoration's preferred watercolor, I trust it. Ooh, that's a good point. I have 2 of the small sets, and the earth color sets is like made for me. It's such a pretty set, isn't it? It has like a Venetian red, sap green, indigo, a yellow ochre maybe. And I think it has a brown or 2. I mean, it's a really pretty muted color set. Wait, hold on. Where is my cursor? I'm trying to see what John is referring to. John, you say my experience with core is really positive. I bought tubes from a reputable art store and about 70% of the tubes had bad binder issue. Despite mixing, they were still off. Are you talking about core or are you talking about another company? Oh, okay. When I contacted core, they replaced every tube with no problem at all. Well, golden core. We get it. I'm glad. I was worried because I was like, oh no, bad core stuff. But yeah, it happened with the M. Graham too. When that cobalt violet color got all like rock solid, they were really okay with like, oh, okay, we'll send you a new one, no problem. Pico, t'as pas le choix, faut que tu viennes à la caméra. Pico, faut que tu viennes dire bonjour à Otto. T'es où mon raton? Ah non, t'es-tu parti? Ah non, t'es juste là. Oh non, comment ça, squeak? T'es pas une souris, t'es un raton. Allô, Pipette. Unlike Paul Rubens, yeah. They kind of, I don't think they said thanks for the video that I posted Friday. And I think after I told them that the video was scheduled to go on Friday, I don't think they brought back yet. No, Berk. Berk. Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Sniff. Qu'est-ce que ça sent? She was investigating the blueberry juice. I'm probably gonna pick up every Holbein pint. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I keep dreaming of the big 60 ml tubes of Holbein paint. Like, I have dreams about them. I see colors from Holbein and I'm like, oh, this color is so pretty. And then I'm like, oh, I wonder if they have it in a super big tube. I've thought that the chat would have. Oh, about hello, Pico. About Paul Rubens. Oh, it's just a bit odd. Like, you guys. If you remember what I posted on the channel recently, yesterday I posted the review of the Paul Rubens set and sketchbook and tape, which that was what we had agreed on. Like, they would send me the supplies and I would make a video about it. But I also did a video, like a watercolor news video not long ago, maybe last week, that was about a bunch of various Paul Rubens products that had like good discounts on them or good sales. And that video wasn't part of anything we had talked about doing. That was just me trying to find good deals and interesting stuff online, and I saw these and I made a video. So I did the video, and in the comments, like, people, you're always free to comment what you want, and if it's not rude or if it's not hurtful, I will leave it there. And someone commented that they had a bad experience with one of the Paul Rubens product that I listed, which is fair enough. And I thought, I was like, oh, that's an interesting like impression of the product. So I will pin this comment to the top so that people can like read it and have this information. I do that, and next day I get I get an email, and it's basically the Paul Rubens rep that I was talking to, who's like, oh, we saw that you posted this video, and there's been some negative comments on it, and you sort of put it at the top. Are you like trying to get people to, how did they say this? It was like, it was a good level of passive aggressive in a way, but not really aggressive, but it felt big brothery a bit. They wrote like, oh, are you trying to get people to really look into their purchase before they buy it? And I was just like, I was confused for a second, because I was like, well, I mean, your listings are available to everyone online, so anyone can make a video about them, and I don't feel like I ought to to be like dishonest anyway, but especially in a video that is not related to the items we decided that I would review, like what's up with that? And I was just like, okay. So they were basically just like, hey, look, we don't like this negative comment, and look at this video that someone did, a review of this product that they thought was awesome, and why did you pin this comment at the top? And I was just like, why do you care so much? So basically just said, oh, thanks for letting me know. I changed the pin comment, and I added the link to the video in the description. And I told them, I was like, well, I kind of like people who watch my videos to be able to make their own decisions. But I was just like, why are you, like, why are you so bothered about that? And then I finally post my review, and silence. Mais tu ronronnes. She's purring. Sweet baby. Holbein don't have 60 ml tubes for all the colors. I know. I really need to grab like a 60 ml tube of their ultramarine deep, I think. I don't know why they have ultramarine light. I don't know if they have that in large tube or not. I haven't found a... Maybe I need to sort of figure it out on Sekaido, but I haven't found any way to know which colors are available in very big tube. Like, they don't have a really clear chart as far as I know. Like, Golden has a very clear chart when you look at the acrylics. Like, you'll have a color, and then at the bottom you will have like little pictograms of like, oh, a tube, a jar, this and that, and a droplet. And that lets you know like exactly what format or what type of paint is available with this color. But I don't think Holbein has that. I need to use all that I have before I buy more paint. I have some of the Paul Rubens paint. Yeah, the paints are really nice. Like that cerulean blue, I mean, that's pretty legit. It's a beautiful color. It's a legit pigment. It looks good. It's not granulating, so maybe that's the one thing, but still. Egyptian Hunt, after chasing me again, I told them July, August, and they chased me on the second week of July. Oh my god. They've not said a single thanks for the new video. But, oh, okay, so that's the thing. That's the thing, though. I gotta mention, that's my experience with Paul Rubens, and I know another person in North America who had a similar experience with Paul Rubens, but Otto told me that the rep she spoke to when she did her Paul Rubens video was really nice, and they were really understanding, and they were really cool. So also gotta keep that in mind. The rep is not the company, like we see with Daniel Smith. Like, the employees are not the whole thing. Like, the CEO is not the whole thing, and same here, the reps are not the whole thing. So the reps I spoke to for Paul Rubens, I mean, it was really professional and decent in terms of conversation, but it's just a bit odd, and it doesn't necessarily leave you with. I wish I could show you this little kitty. She's so cute. It doesn't leave you with a really like a strong desire to do collabs again. Oh, I'll send you the chart. Oh, there is one. Hold on. Sorry guys, but I got to hug my niece for the first time in 6 years. Congrats, Helen! Yay! Oh my gosh, I'm glad that it's the early 16 months. Or maybe, no, wait, how old is she? Hey, bye Stephen, thank you so much for being here. Have a great weekend. But yeah, there's one thing I'm grateful for, is that for all the babies born during this pandemic, they probably won't even remember any of it. So I'm thankful for that. Oh, she's 12. Oh, poor kiddo. Thank you so much for being here, Joan. I hope you have a great weekend. I want to show your cute little face, Beko. You're not making it easy. Whoop. How's that? Ah, there we go. That's your cute little face. You're so cute. I'm glad that you bought the set, YZ. Seriously, I'm really happy that you guys, like, if... Oh, I'll have to check that link. Cool, thank you, Otto. Like, I'm really happy to share the deals and whatever I find, and like, if you guys can sort of benefit from it, that's even better. But it was just so controlling to receive this email of like, oh, hey, a review that is not absolutely perfectly... worst thing is, my video was really positive of everything. It's just in the comments that are not something that is like, I will control if people go too far, but otherwise it's not for me to control. Ah non, mais t'étais toute cute. Pourquoi tu t'es relevée? Zoom. You can tell them you made at least one sale. It was such a good discount though. It was like more than 50% off. I was like, what? That's so good. Kitty, 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 kitty. Thank you, Otto. Well, Pico has sort of ruined the shot of her cute little face. All we see is fur. So, do you guys have any more questions or stuff you want to talk about before I end the stream? We're almost at 5, so I guess it's close enough. Tu veux-tu envoyer dans le micro un peu? Par ici. Non, maman! Non! Ici. Rentre par ici. Qu'est-ce que tu trouves? C'est bon? She found she found my like brush to clean up pages and she wants to eat it. Hey, thanks a lot guys for being here today again. I really appreciate your company. She purr. All our hearts she captured. Aww! Did you hear that, baby girl? Cutie pie pickle. So yeah, thank you guys for being here today. Thank you to Lise and Otto for being there and moderating, even if it was an easy breezy one. And I really hope you guys have a nice weekend, and we will see each other, of course, next week and next Saturday and on the Discord. But yeah, in the meantime, I hope you guys have good weather, good fun, and take good care. And we will see each other next time. Bye bye! Bugger.